Well, hello, hello. We're back again for another round of Garbage and Glory, our little continuing adventures. We've got new players that I'm about to introduce, and then they will introduce their characters to you, the audience. Tonight, we are joined by adventuring party of Chrys Sellers.
Hi, I'm Chrys. I'm playing Gaffi. He's a Sticky Fingers, known as the Fate Slayer.
I am also joined by Michele.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm playing Cecily, the Trash Smasher, also known as the Rage Bear.
And both of these players have credits in the book, so very exciting to play the game with people who helped make it real. So thank you both for joining me. So we have not spent a lot of time so far in this adventure sort of establishing a home base for the characters. So I think I'm going to ask you all to kind of do some of that creative imagining. Like where do you imagine that all of the raccoons that we've been seeing so far and will see in this series, where do you think they have a home base out of? Like what kind of a environment does that look like to you? What do you envision when you imagine, your characters doing?
Is there a trash heap somewhere?
There could be a trash heap. I think that'd be.
I'm imagining Trash Hill in Virginia, which used to be a dump and was turned into a park.
Lovely.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have one of those here in our town.
Mm-hmm.
It's being transformed right now.
Mount Trashmore. Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you imagine is it is it in the park stage or is it in still like trash stage, or do you imagine it being transitional? Like, is there a lot of activity, or is it like it's not like an active? Is it an active dump area?
It's ending it's nearing the end of its life as a dump, but parts of it have already started to become a park.
Okay, I like this. So, is there so I'm imagining like some rolling hills ish on one side, grass and stuff, but still like a lot of activity from ogres. Ogres are what raccoons call the humans that they run into. I think that has come up in a previous video, but in case it hasn't for the audience, ogres is humans, but the raccoons don't know that. Just you, the audience, knows it.
So, because I was trying to think of a contrast to the dungeon crawling that we do in alleyways and ogre frequented places, and I was trying to think of something idyllic for a raccoon. So, yeah, a trash park sounds peaceful.
I like the idea that it's been like maybe there are excavations below into the trash mound that have that's a whole dungeon world down there, but then it's more of a park-like environment, maybe it's some trees for soil erosion, but it's like it's set up on the one side. Would either of you? Is there like a? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we need. Is there a name? Do we need a name for this location? Anything come to mind? Or we don't have to. We can maybe discover it as we go along.
I'll think about that. Yeah.
I imagine our names would be different than what the ogres that call it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, we'll revisit that and see if one comes up later. So that's where you are. That's where all of these stories start, as the audience knows, but you may not know. All of these stories are that we play. All the adventures we play are stories that are being told after they've happened, and they're legends from the past. At the time that you're telling the story, you are a great adventurer with many adventures under your belt, many experiences in the world, but at the time that the adventure takes place, you're young and inexperienced. So the story is about a younger time in your life. So tonight there are 3 stories that are being that are available for the, imagine you're in your where you live in your natural environment, maybe gathered under the boughs of not the boughs, but the sort of the roots of a tree have formed sort of not a huge amphitheater, but a nice space for a nice few raccoons to gather. And the younger raccoons are requesting of you, great adventurers, do you hear different ones shouting out different names? Somebody wants to hear about the time that you chased all the pigeons off the top of the building. Some other people want to hear about the time that you found the missing alchemist down in the sewers. And you also have a request for the Great Porker War. The war with the porkers is another request that's been offered. So just based on these names, are these short descriptions, what story do you want to tell tonight?
Oh, wow.
I'm leaning towards the Great Porker War. What is that?
Yeah, that sounds epic.
Well, of course,
are there,
your characters know what that is. It is sort of my nod to that, yes. I literally have that in my notes. It actually, this is behind the scenes. I actually made a stat block for this. This is for a game jam where I had to use pigs in a game jam. So I made a stat block that there's no adventure for, and so we're about to find out this adventure. Great. If you're both in agreement with that, that's the one. All right. So, everybody knows the basics of the story that and so this is another part of the game that we have. This is the stakes. So you're going to set the stakes for the adventure. So the way the stakes happen is that here in the early part of before the adventure even begins, you're going to be bidding up with each other to raise the stakes, and the higher they get, the more rewards that will happen. However, they will also make some part of the adventure harder to do, and you won't know as players what part of the adventure you're making harder until you get to that part of the adventure. So within the fiction of the game, it's like you're trying to, again, because you're trying to tell a great story. So there was at least 4 fantastic food items that were brought back as bounty from the Great Porker War. So I'm going to start the bidding at 4. So either of you can raise from 4, but it can only go up, or you can say that no, it wasn't even that many. You're telling the story wrong, right? So you'll go back and forth either raising or calling, basically this stakes process. When you get to 10, it can't go higher than 10. So that's it. So the amazing victuals, the amazing food items that were brought back from the Great Porker War, there were at least 4, but it's to you. I think I'll start with you, Michele. So
I'm gonna go 6. There were 6 of them.
There were 6. There were at least 6. There were at least 6. All right.
Yeah, there were at least 6.
At least 6. All right. So, 6. Chrys, it's to you. You have to raise or say, no, there weren't 6. You misremember. So, knowing, again, as I explained, that this is going to make something harder later, but...
Yeah, no, 7.
7. 7. At least 7 fantastic things to eat that came back from your...
I can count. It was 6.
It was 6. All right, so you're... So Chrys has put it to 7, and you're saying no, it wasn't higher than 7. Is that what's happening, Michele?
Be good.
Okay, so that means you're the naysayer, Michele, and you're going to immediately collect 6 garbage from the... 7 garbage, because you raised it to 7. So 7 garbage.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
He raised it to 7.
Yeah, but you're the naysayer. You're the one who's collecting the immediate reward in garbage. But at the end of the adventure, Chrys stands to gain 7 glory for the glorious things that were done on this adventure, because there were 7 fantastic food items. But you get this immediate garbage reward. However, your hand size is only 10, so I think you only get 5 extra garbage right now. But you'll have a ton of garbage to start the adventure with. Let me give you some garbage.
Okay. Yeah, give me some garbage.
So garbage is good for a lot of things in the game. One of the things it does is it can negate damage that you take because you just discarded garbage and you're like, oh well, that just broke that piece of garbage, not me. So there's 5 garbage for you, Michele. All right, now we've entered the phase of the storytelling where this is the story that is being told, right? So the frame is when you were bidding, like how big was the story, you misremember, all of that stuff is the frame story. Now we enter the story when Gaffi and Cecily were younger, less experienced, not as many, not as much armor and all that kind of stuff. So the first thing that this story comes from one of the previous groups met an ambassador from the pigs whose name was Zroink, and Zroink was mentioned in passing that like the pigs were on the move and that great things were happening out at where the greens and the wilds met together. And you know that the wilds are the truly wild, way beyond at the edge of the world, you find the truly wild places. But there's lots of places that are greens, which are tamed. They're not as they're usually big lawn spaces. This would be your city parks, your like subdivisions where like everybody's lawn is all like connected to get together in the front yard. Those kind of places are the greens, right? So there's where the greens have pushed out and are bumping up against the wilds. That's where Zroink said that there was a lot of tension out there, and that the pigs were going to win this time. So this is your rumor that you've got, and you're going to go off on. You've got to make it from this place where you live. This nice sanctuary where you've set up your home base as raccoons, and find a way to get to where this adventure is taking place. So I think you are going to, well, I don't know, what is maybe using your own ideas about your character, what would be some of the ways that you would want to travel through this place? I mean, tell me what the first part of the journey looks like for one of you. One of you jump in and tell me what it looks like.
First, do we know which direction we're going?
I mean, I think you know generally how to get there. Yeah, you know which direction to go. Like you have your information about like where it is, like whether it's to follow. I think you know some idea. You've not been there, but you've got some sort of description from either from Zroink himself or other just picked up stuff. But I'm sort of like you tell me the story of how you got there. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like, what are some of the things that you did to get there?
I mean, I am the knight, so I would recommend anyway hiding in the shadows and not lighting any fires, and basically being Strider on this journey. Perfect.
So that sounds like a nighttime journey, or at least dusky kind of travel.
That's what I would want anyway. Yeah.
All right.
At least dusk.
I got feet. I'll walk.
Great. So yeah, I mean, you're setting out at night. That means that I think there's a lot of I'm imagining sort of long shadows cast by the big tall gray stone walls that everything around seems to be built out of. Casting these long lots of darkness. Stretching out across the blacktop, and you can follow along these different constructions from one to the other pretty easily because of the long shadows that are cast by the the dusky, the sun is going down and all these long shadows. So that's pretty easy.
Here's the thing. I don't have any sneak.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to be a sneaky like him.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm very good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't have any sneak either. So like,
well, you're not.
I must think I'm sneaky and be totally wrong. So I'm gonna advise. I may be like, okay, flatten up against the wall. Okay, wait. Okay, go, and I go at like the wrong time. Like
I'm prompt from Emperor's New Groove. I'm kind of sneaking.
Right.
I love this. So I love this idea that like you're both trying to be sneaky and neither of you are sneaky. I think that might cause some conflicts. Let me like. I think let's do a like because let's see. I'm trying to think of what you can run into that's a medium-sized threat. I think that there's like it's like a party of so you say you go at the wrong time. So that's like the you're gonna, let's say you run like right smack into a group of rats, like they're a little patrol of rats, and they're going the opposite way in the long shadows, right? And so basically, you described, Gaffi, you were up against the wall and trying to minimize your profile, and then you were like, let's go now, and then you like basically turn a corner, and then like they're right there. There's like it's sort of like an ambush. Not an ambush. It's a surprise. It's a surprise to both of you. So I think that's what we want to do. So I mean, this is going to be I think this is a fight. We'll have more of a teaser of battle is what we want to do to start off with.
I'm going to try to take bigger, slower steps. Maybe if I'm slower, they won't notice me moving.
The way initiative works is that you want to, if whoever shows the highest card can win initiative.
The highest garbage card or glory card?
Either one for this purpose. So
just to show, not to play.
Yeah, right? You don't have to play it, but you have to reveal it, and then it's sort of it's not that your hand is like totally secret or whatever, but then you do have to show that you have the card. With
are aces high or low?
Aces are high. So if you're showing a king, and you're showing Gaffi, and you're showing an 8 or a 7 there, Cecily. So okay, so that means and the threat here, they are not. They're a 10. So you have won the initiative, Gaffi. So that means you get to choose who goes first. You can choose you could choose yourself. You could choose the rats. You could choose yourself. And let's say there are 3 rats here.
Or I could choose Cecily, right?
Yeah. You could choose. You won the initiative, so you're like in charge of like who goes first. And the way the initiative passes in a +1 game, or for most of them anyway, is that like you will, after you act, you'll choose who goes next, and then whoever the active player is chooses who goes next until everyone in the combat has acted, and then that starts over the same thing. Like the last person to act choose who acts first in the next round. So, who would you like to start us off?
Oh, I'm pushing Cecily forward. Like,
all right,
it's rats. You better take them.
All right, Rage Bear, you've got 3 rats in front of you.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to impress him. So I'm trying to be. He was trying to be sneaky. I'm trying to be sneaky. So
let's say her. Let's say Gaffi's a she.
Okay, she.
Yeah.
I'm trying to impress her.
Right.
So you're like being. So what is your action? You're trying to like. You're being pushed. You're being tapped for initiative, but then you're like, oh no, I'm still trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, I'm gonna go big slow steps around them.
Okay. All right.
As if they can't see you. If you move very slowly, they can't see you. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
We've established this. Yeah.
I think that is fun. Okay, so I'm going to have you roll, even though you're not trained in stealth. You can roll it because you're pretty brawny, so you can buy the right to roll that skill, and you probably do all right. I'm going to say it's going to be pretty tough for you to like sneak around a group of people, but there is some surprise involved. They probably weren't expecting you, so I don't know. See if you can get 4 successes on your roll.
Okay. So there's 1 to buy into it.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, then I'm going to use 4 of my dice.
Yeah.
To roll, and that'll give me 1 more to change anything if I need it.
To change or re-roll. That's right.
Well, there's 2 successes.
Remind me what a success is again?
5 and 6
5
is
and
a
6?
success on the die.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my 1 pip remaining to re-roll my non-successes.
Smart.
Oh. Only 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so you don't successfully sneak around behind it. You can move around behind the rats, but they know you didn't. They know you're there. They know you're there.
They know. Yeah.
So that's your move for the round. You can act if you want to, or if like you are rolling this skill is sort of for comedy purposes, your action. That's fine if that's what you want. But you can also.
No, that's all.
All right. Well, then if that's your turn, then you choose who goes next. You can choose the rats, or you can choose Gaffi.
I'm going to choose the rats.
Chaos all around. I love it. All right, the rats are confused. So I think what's going to happen is 2 of the rats are going to try to attack the person that's in front of them, which is Gaffi, and then one of them is going to attack the person behind. So they don't have... What's their scrap? All right, so their scrap is 2. Brawn of 3. Let's do that. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, man. All right. I don't imagine that your brawn... well, I know your brawn is not 3. That's Cecily.
I have 3 brawn. Oh, no, that's just Cecily, yeah.
Yeah, Cecily, your brawn is higher than that, I imagine.
Yes.
All right, let's see what we get here with... All right, so this other attack is... These are a little more coordinated. All right, so yeah. So on the one side... So the one that tracked you like turned around and kind of stabbed at you, Cecily, but missed. But unfortunately, the 2 that were facing forward, they've rolled enough. They've got a total of 6 on the attack. So that is going to deal some damage to you, Gaffi. They're going to 2 damage to you. They're working together to land that blow. They didn't know how much of a threat you would be. So you're going to take 2 damage to your brawn, unless you want to negate the damage with either a garbage card, or or a glory card. I think you could. Let me double check that you can you can spend a glory card to negate a damage. So you can spend, like I said, you can take 2 damage, or you can spend cards to negate the damage as you take it. It is...
does it matter how high the card is?
No, it's just 1 card per damage.
Okay. I'm going to definitely spend... 1 card per damage. Okay, so I'll spend 1.
Okay. So what...
To negate 1 damage.
Yeah, what card are you discarding? Because we can bring some narrative in.
7 of diamonds. Garbage card.
7 of diamonds. So diamonds is a shiny trash. So something special. If you'd like to add what's a relatively special kind of trash that you're like.
I don't want to give away the special thing. I want to make it clubs.
Okay, clubs is the hard trash that that's going to be like bits of metal and wood and hard plastic and stuff like that.
Okay, so
perfect
this
thing to
milk
absorb
jug
some damage.
armor that I was wearing that splinters and breaks off of me.
Cool.
I cut these 2 little armholes in it. It's gone, but now it's okay. I'm freer to move.
Cool. And so that's the rats. They both made it. All 3 made an attack, and it's your turn because you're the last person that hasn't acted in this round. So you get to go, cool. Gaffi.
I'm going to use my hurl.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 ranks in hurl, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I roll 3 dice.
Well, your dice pool starts at 3, so then you can spend additional dice. You have a number of manipulations equal to your guts in order to manipulate that roll. So
how many successes do I need?
To
hurl.
3 to injure one of these rats.
Okay, I'm going to spend 2 of my guts. It's 1 extra die per thing I spend.
Yes, so you can buy skills you don't have, buy extra dice. Once you've rolled your dice, you can buy extra pips per pip per thing. But that can turn a 4 into a 5 to make it a success, or 2 points can turn a 3 into a success. And then the last thing is once per attempt, you can re-roll all of your failures for 1 point of spend.
Okay, I'm going to spend 2 to get 2 extra dice and roll 5 dice. I'm going to do it on the table here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 5, 5, 4, 2, 2, and I needed 3 successes. You said. Okay, well I'll just spend another guts to add to my 4, so I get 3 5s.
3 5s. That'll do it. So you twang your crossbow, and I don't have what does the crossbow damage do? D2 damage.
On a critical, it's 3. Yeah, which I didn't get a critical, but a spray is 2. What's the spray?
No. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at a sling.
It is 2 damage.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at a sling, not a crossbow. 2 damage. Yeah. So those the things that are after there, critical and spray, those are what we call augments, and you have to get additional successes. The parenthetical number is the number of additional successes you need to get in order to do that effect.
Oh, cool. Okay, so 2 damage.
Yeah, 2 damage. So spray would do the damage to another target. Critical lets you roll a d6 to do the damage. So it's but you have to have enough successes to buy that. Your hit has to be good enough in order to buy that. So just default twang 2 damage. All right. So one rat is looking unhappy because you put a crossbow bolt in him. So that's the end of this round, and so then you get to choose who acts first in the next round. It can't be you, but you could throw it back to Cecily, or you could have the rats go if you really wanted to.
I think Cecily.
Cecily. All right. Cecily, it's your turn. It's new round. You're going first. What are you going to do?
Okay, well, the other rat Well, how many are there?
There's 3 rats, and they're between. You
Wounded,
are
right?
flanking. There's no flanking rules in this game, but you are flanking them. You are surrounding.
We're now making them. Yeah, yeah. So, well, they have engaged. They apparently somehow saw through my sneak.
It's amazing. They're
and
so
so-
skilled at spotting your sneaking.
So I am going to, I'm going to go in after one of them.
All right. There's one that tried to stab you, which you can.
Yeah, I'll go after that one.
Great.
So I have, it says, rippling muscles, always roll scrap with max brawn.
Yeah. So if you're injured, you still get to fight as if you are uninjured. That's what that means. So
Okay.
you haven't been injured yet, so that doesn't come into play yet.
It doesn't, right, but I still
That's-
have 2 in scrap.
That might be broken. It's fits in the character though.
Okay, so what do I roll?
Well, you need to roll a 3. You need to roll 3 successes to hit a rat. This rat is the uninjured rat. So you're rolling scrap, which starts with a dice pool of 2, and then you've got your 6
Okay.
brawn that you can manipulate that dice pool.
Okay.
I think you're gonna.
So I think I'm gonna do fine. So I'm gonna use my 2 scrap, and I think I'm gonna use 4 of my brawn.
That's a good dice pool.
Yeah, that's a pretty good dice pool. Okay. So there's 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 2 successes right now. How many do I need?
3.
3. Okay, so then I'll re-roll the ones that were not successes. And I got 1 more success.
There you go.
All right.
3 is what you need. Do you get?
So I will. Well, and I can change that 4 to a 5 to get 4 successes, right?
You could. Yeah, you've got enough points to do that. Good, yeah, you've got 1 more
Yeah.
point, I think, so you should be able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll use all my points and
You got okay.
have
So
success.
you need 3 to hit him. So you'll hit him, and you look at your weapon. And does your weapon do? No, you can't. You need a 5th success in order to get that extra damage that you can do. But you're going to do 3 damage with your axe, so that's going to make a rat unhappy.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, what? How do you? What kind of trash is your axe made out of? So you can describe this killing blow, but describe it in terms of like the cool trash that it's made of.
Oh, that's a really good question. I'm thinking like a broken yardstick and a piece of, like, when you have weed whacker and the cover is, so I'm thinking the broken cover of a weed
Oh yeah.
whacker.
The like spray guard or whatever that prevents all the flying grass from hitting your shoes.
That does get sharp when it gets cracked. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I love it. I also said killing blow. This is a fun animal game. Nobody dies, but you've eliminated their brawn, and therefore they will remove themselves from the fight at the earliest opportunity. But rarely does anything actually die in this game. But you've defeated it for purposes of the story. All right, Cecily, who goes next? The 2 remaining rats or your ally?
Well, now my ally goes.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent. So you've taken just a little bit of damage, and you've got 1 rat's down, hit in the head with a part of a weed whacker, and the other one has got a crossbow bolt of some sort sticking out of him. So
Ooh.
it's
Okay.
to you. What are you going to try and do?
I'm gonna try to knock out that one that I injured earlier. And let's see. Do I have all my
Yes. every
brawn back.
Yes.
Well, except for the one wound I took, right?
You took a wound, so you're at 2 brawn right now.
Brawn,
but you
okay.
but you don't. When you spend points on a roll, they're not actually spent. They're just so if you want to make another shot with your crossbow, you have the 4 to spend.
And that would be spinning guts, right?
Right. If you're trying to do a
brawn,
knife, if you're going to go in with your knife, then you have 2 brawn to work with.
No, I'll do this crossbow again.
Yeah.
Shoot. I mean,
that's you can be dramatic, So if you're going to target the same rat, you only need to get a 1 this time because their brawn has been reduced by the damage you did. So they're down to 1 brawn.
Oh no! I've got stuff to spend. I'm gonna go for the uninjured rat, and
Okay.
I've got 3 dice to start with, and I'm gonna spend 3 ranks to get 3 more dice.
6 dice. All right, and then
6 dice, and I've still got 1 rank left to modify with.
absolutely right. That's how it works.
We'll see. Okay, let's see. I've got 5, 5, 6, and then 3 4s. So, and I needed 3 successes, right?
You needed 3 to get the uninjured 1. That's correct.
But well, there's no way I'm going to get a critical with this. But I could spend 1 rank to re-roll all of them, right?
You could spend you could spend your last rank to re-roll the. I think it's your last rank. To re-roll all the failures, or you could.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Wait, or I could.
Well, I mean, you'd just be more. I mean, you could spend your last rank to turn one of the 4s into a 5, but that wouldn't really unlock any new abilities.
Yeah. No, I'm going for broke here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 5s, so that's 5 successes.
5 successes. Wow. Okay.
So I could use spray and attack both of them.
That is a thing you could do. That's
right.
true. You could apply your damage to both of them, which is.
Or do I also have the choice of just increasing the damage on one of them?
No, it's
not a critical.
Yeah. It's so critical is roll a bigger amount of damage. Spray is do the same damage to 2 targets.
That's what I'm doing.
There's also one that is called flurry, which is make another attack. So you have to roll a second attack roll, but you can sometimes chain those. But spray is do your damage twice, so you do damage to both of them. So this is like I mean, here's the fiction challenge, right? Like how does your crossbow bolt hit both of them? I want to hear about it. This sounds awesome.
So my crossbow bolt is made out of the fraying rattan from a rattan chair, and it has splintered, and the force of my release of my crossbow breaks it apart finally into multiple slivers that puncture their hides.
That's great. All right, well, that's more than enough to take out the second rat, and also the third rat is feeling very very down as well. It's taking some damage. Cool. So I guess it's the rats. There's only one that's still sort of in the fight. The others have been thoroughly demoralized from the thrashing that they're receiving. So let's see. This last one, what is he trying to do? Does he have any cool options? Let's see. Yeah. I think...
What's the better part of Valor here, really?
Right. I'm looking at that. I'm reading their various abilities and their weakness. Their weakness says they like to travel in large groups to overwhelm their enemies, so this is a relatively small group. They're relatively not very strong. But like, I think maybe I think what this one is going to try to do, we'll see what this does here. this rat is going to try to. Let's see. I mean, he's going to try to escape. But let's see how dramatic the escape is. So I think there's a you were describing sort of a concrete a greystone wall here, and I think it's kind of like there's sort of like an area of it that's kind of like it's like a panel that is been like a metal panel that's been like attached to the wall, like probably some sort of service box or something like that. I mean, this is the kind of thing that's not totally uncommon. But rats can bite through most anything, so he tries to bite into this box so that he can like escape through the wall from you, and is gnawing on it, but does not succeed in getting it broken open. So his dramatic escape was defeated. I've
been there, buddy. I've been there.
And so he's kind of like left looking at you.
Bomb, and then I'm just still standing there.
Yeah. And so, he's kind of left like, he goes up to the wall and gnawing on the wall, and then it's like, that didn't really work. And maybe he's like rubbing his jaw or something sort of sheepishly as he looks at you. And, 3 for 3, let's start the round 3. Cecily, why don't you start us off again in round 3? You'll be the starting, you'll be starting one.
Well, if he's trying to run away, then he's learned his lesson. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I think that is the good call. They're trying to escape. The others are kind of crawling out of the scene. Carrying their their weapons with them and rubbing their heads where they got smashed, and maybe holding their I don't know, staunching they're trying to pull the rattan spikes out of their hides, but they've been defeated. They're no longer a threat. They're leaving the scene. Congratulations, you guys will get some reward. Okay, so each of you gets 1 glory, and one of you have to choose gets a. Or, I'm sorry, each of you gets a garbage, and there's 3 garbage. There's 3 garbage on offer and 1 glory. That's what you get from this encounter. So there's
and we decide how to split them up.
Yeah, you'll decide how to split that up.
Yeah, you can take it because my hand is still full.
There you go.
I mean, okay. I
yeah,
won't
and
argue with you.
Didn't you get injured too?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that'll hypothetically allow you to heal.
That's true. You can spend also glory. You can spend garbage and glory to negate damage as you take it. You can also spend glory after a fight to heal yourself, or between fights to heal yourself. But you can't spend glory you can't spend garbage that way. But you can spend glory to heal yourself. So.
Okay.
If you want to,
and this is after, right? This is
this is fine. The fight is over. The rats have left. You're there, kind of picking through the pieces they left behind, and to get this stuff. And
does it matter which glory I spend?
Only in narration terms. There are the 4 suits are 4 different. If you spend a glory to heal, I'll ask you how that type of glory inspires you to keep moving forward, right? So if it is the 4 types are possessions, passions, legacy, and camaraderie. I can't remember off the top of my head which is which, but that's the ones.
I can guess with possessions and camaraderie.
Passions is hearts, camaraderie is clubs, possessions is diamonds, and then spades is legacy. So those are the 4 suits, and it'll just impact the narration if you
okay,
heal.
yeah, I'm going to spend an 8 of clubs.
Okay.
So that I'm gonna lean on Cecily, both literally and figuratively, and just get a little buck me up kind of encouragement as I sort of slather Elmer's glue on my wounds. Dries clear.
Perfect. Excellent. So you've healed that point. You can mark that that you're no longer injured. Love the idea of the Elmer's glue and the legacy and the camaraderie. Camaraderie heals us all.
Yes.
Great.
The real garbage was the friends we made along the way.
That's yeah. That's right. You've encountered this. You've had this little encounter. It's kind of set you back a little bit, but it's still so. It's going to be pretty much dusk, pretty much nighttime by the time you get to where you are going. Full dark. However, there is a. It's not full dark because this is like an outdoor. I'm describing this to you, the players, right? This is an outdoor pavilioned event. So there's like poles with strings of lights, and set up in this grassy area. There's tables, lots of people around enjoying this. This looks like an outdoor wedding reception, or like a garden, not a garden party, but like a family picnic that's gone on into the evening. Those kind of things. There's lots of people, lots of food around.
When you say people, you mean people or ogres?
I mean ogres.
Us?
I'm describing to you, the players, the kind of mental image that I'm trying to communicate. Right. So then, as raccoons, you get your characters now will get to this location, and there's like these. They see the ogres, and they know that ogres have like things that they can't really do or understand, and there's definitely lots of food around. You can smell it. You can see that it's all up on tables out of immediate reach. But you're clever raccoons. You can probably do some stuff, and there's these like tiny little these giant fireflies that are illuminating the whole scene, or like they've brought the stars down, and there's just a lot of chatter, all in the chattering that the ogres do. You don't know what they say. It's their own secret language that very few raccoons have ever learned to speak with ogres, and yeah, so this is a general sort of scene. Like I said, it's a grassy area at the edge of a forest. That's you can see the trees dark beyond the edge of the circles of light from the illuminated strings of fireflies, in air quotes, and so that's the scene. And it feels very. I wouldn't say that it's exactly welcoming to you. They're having their own kind of thing. They're doing their own sort of thing. But this is definitely like you're starting to smell the presence of all the food items, right? That this it doesn't seem like this is a spent party. This is an ongoing party. So
like on the one hand, very enticing food. Some of those big black plastic round platters with the cheeses all laid out, like fanned like cards. On the one hand, the lure, and on the other hand, bright lights, ogres, a disaster.
Right, and no sign currently of any sort of like. You were looking for. The pigs said they were going to win this time, is what they said. So like, there's no sign of that. There's no sign of what. The pigs might be planning, or that they're even here. You're pretty sure you followed the directions to arrive where they said they were going to be, but you don't see any. You don't yet see anything there. So you can. You can tell me what you do with this situation. You are. You're. I would say that you are. to get to the wooded area, you will have to go through some amount of the light that is illuminating this evening event, but it's not. You can be more conspicuous or less conspicuous, or you can hey, I'm here, let's see what some of the stuff tastes like if you want, or you can. So it's up to you to decide what you want to do with this scene, whether you want to engage, bypass, scout around some more. I don't know, what does the...
How do like scout around the edges?
Yeah, because Cecily, I think that if I were a porker and I was planning something big tonight, I would be in the trees, like waiting for the signal from head porker and then charge in here all at once.
Right.
So I think we gotta go through only as much of this light as we have to try to get there. And if I get a little slice of American cheese on the way, so much the better.
So much the better.
So yeah, if we can go around the edges like you're saying, Cecily, then great.
All right. So yeah, tell me what that looks like. I know that you have some ability to sort of sneak if you want to try and actually be stealthy, but you also have the you were talking about keeping out of the edge of the light, right? I mean, if you're going to keep to the edges, like you said, then maybe you don't even have to roll your sneak. But tell me what you're doing. If you're trying to...
If I'm moving, can I use my calling ability to discard a glory to hide in shadow, or is that only if I'm motionless?
No, I think it's sort of like within that shadow, like you can move while in shadow. It is the intention there. Like it is not...
Okay.
It is not meant to be you can hide and remain still. I mean, you can, but you can also, like, I'm in this shadow, you don't know where I'm going to step out of this shadow.
Excellent. Okay, well, I'm like, Cecily, do exactly what I do. I'm not sure it'll... What? I'm not sure it'll work for Cecily, but, so I'm going to discard... Okay, now, I got to lay my cards on the table, so to speak. I have a Joker glory,
Ooh.
but I have no idea what that does.
Okay. Jokers are bad for glory, and you shouldn't have one in your hand, so if you had one in your hand, you should have redrawn earlier. So why don't you...
Wait, you cut out there. I shouldn't have had it in my hand.
Yeah,
if I had it in my hand, I should have discarded it?
Because it was your starting card, I think, so it was only your starting hand, so you shouldn't have it in your hand. You should have, if you had gotten it as a starting hand, you should have redrawn at the time. So
okay, let me redraw one.
Yeah, draw a different one.
Okay, all right. So this is good. So I'll spend a 6 of hearts to hide in the shadows.
During normal play, if you draw one of the jokers from the glory deck, it's like represents a terrible fate, and everybody has to discard a glory card. But so the bad stuff happens when you draw it, so it shouldn't have been in your hand at all, right? That was my mistake there.
No, that's cool. If you want me to slip it back into the deck, and let you shuffle
we'll reset here in a second because it still hasn't come out yet.
But can I shuffle? Let's see. I'll let you mess with that.
Yeah.
But okay, so what I'm actually spending is a 6 of hearts.
6 of hearts. Cool. You want to... I mean, you don't... I won't make you, like, describe some sort of possession that is related to this, but, like, if you have one in mind, like...
This is my passion, right?
Yeah.
My glory.
Yes, it's a glory. It's a passion. It's a passion. Yes, a passion.
So it's my passion for Batman. I've read the comic book in the trash heap.
Nice.
I don't understand that those are ogres. I just see
You see
a bat with a weird pink thing on the bottom half of his face. And
he's always hanging out with a bird.
Hero. Yeah, right, exactly. And I am just like, I'm doing Kronk from the Infamous Group, but I'm actually doing it well. I'm like, and okay, freeze. And I'm like freezing to match the shadow of the plant I'm hiding behind. And then I am. Do I get to have a piece of cheese?
Well, if you're sneaking, you're sneaking. So you're in the shadows. So you're trying to.
True. I'm not reaching a hand up.
Right.
Above the table to get the cheese.
I mean, unless that's what you.
Batman never eats cheese on the job. So yeah, no, I'm just sneaking, and I'm like sure that Cecily's going to follow right behind me.
Yep.
All right. I think we will. So you're sneaking, and where you're going. You're skirting this whole situation around.
I'm going through only as much of this as I have to.
Yeah.
So the big barrels that they are weighting down the main poles with. Going behind those, going behind the folding tables with the cloth draped over them. All those funky ogre things. And then trying to get past the pavilion to something a little more shadowed again.
Excellent. Like toward the trees on the other side? Is that where you were headed to? Or
hopefully toward the trees, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've done that. You've sneaked around. You've avoided the temptation of the cheese for now. And I think in the darkness on the other side of in the tree line, I think you definitely can hear somewhere in the trees the sounds of 30 to 50 oinkers. There's like this whispering, snorting sort of dialogue that you pick up on that, they're there they're waiting in the darkness, and you are now between where they are and the light and the food behind you. And I think at that sort of forced dramatic moment, we're going to take a little break for us. For the audience, it's going to be next episode. So
okay,
come back and see what happens with Gaffi and Cecily next time. Chrys, Michele, tell people where people can find you.
I can be found at michellee.net. That's most of my fiction stuff, and I also started a kind of podcast about books this year called Musings of the Genre. Yeah. Censored. And you can find that on YouTube too.
Cool. I am at hecticelectron.com. I am in the final throes of putting together my own game called Defy the Gods, a queer sword and sorcery adventure romance set in fantasy ancient Mesopotamia, and it will be shipping in May. So it should be out by Origins 2026. So yeah, so you can find out more about that at hecticelectron.com.
Perfect. Thank you again. Have a good evening. Thank you everyone who watched the video. We'll see you in the next one.